My name is Maddie Lorash, and I'm in the cast of The Music Man Jr. Over the past 2 months, our cast and crew, under the direction of Miss D'Antonio and Mr. Rainhoe, have worked countless hours on our production of The Music Man Jr. As a cast member myself, I've learned so much throughout the experience. I learned how working cooperatively with others can make amazing results. But most of all, I learned what the best memories are made of. That's being able to laugh and sing and dance with your friends every day.
Hello, I'm Paul Cook. As members of the crew under the direction of Mr. Simonelli, we have been filled with jobs about making the cast's hard work truly come to life. I worked as a spotlight operator, and I learned that when you work hard and really put your all into something, you get a great product like the play you're about to see.
So now we'd like to thank a few people. First, we'd like to thank my mom, Miss Jen Lorash, for the t-shirt and chair.
Next, we would like to thank Mrs. Noelle Kinney, who is the set design chair.
We'd also like to thank Mr. Jason Stewart, the props chair.
Mrs. Grace Thompson, the props chair.
Mrs. Doreen Dennis and Mrs. Nancy Brendel, the costume co-chairs.
Mrs. Donna Steer, who is the makeup chair.
Mrs. Rosalie Ciardella of the hospitality chair.
Mrs. Lisa Beamer, who is the finances chair.
And Mrs. Carlene Reyes and Mrs. Wendy Patella, the parent volunteer coordinator. Now, without further ado, please enjoy our production of The Music Man Jr.
I'm good.
Yes, I am.
River City Junction, River City next stop.
You are crazy with the heat. Credit's no good for notion salesman.
Board, all aboard.
Why? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're the little salesman. Your firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
River City next.
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button-ups.
Cash for the cotton goods, cash for the hard goods,
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
cash for the dogs and the babies and the birds.
Look, what do you talk?
You can talk, you can talk. You can bicker, you can talk. You can bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk, you can talk. You can talk, 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 talk. Bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't. But you gotta know the territory. Ever met a fellow by the name of Hill?
Hill.
Hill? Hill?
Hell.
No. Just a minute. Never heard of any salesman Hill.
Now he doesn't know a territory. Doesn't know the territory?
What's the fill of line?
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Where's the line?
Or a doggone thing. He's just a bang, beat, bell, ring a big hall, break throat, neck and nothing, rip roaring. Every time a bull is that salesman, that's Professor Harold.
Tell us the line. What's his line?
He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory.
Look, what do you talk?
He's
doesn't. But he lives like a king, and he does, and he goes, and he plucks, and he shines. And when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But he doesn't know the territory.
River City Junction, we're crossing the state line in Iowa. Population 2,212. Board!
All right, if you're all through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill. You really know Harold Hill? Never saw him in my life, but I do know this much. He's giving every one of us a black eye. After he's worked the town over, the next salesman to arrive. It's automatically tarred and feathered. Right out to the city limits on a rail. Why would he get rode on the rail? Because in order to sell uniforms and instruments and instruction books, he has to promise to teach the kids to play. And form them kids to a band, with himself as the leader. Sure likes to be around when you catch up with that fellow. Well, it won't be on this trip. Not in Iowa. Even the great Professor Hill would try to sell them neck-bone Hawkeyes out here.
Board!
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try. Don't believe I caught your name?
Mr. Squires. Yes, I'm interested in a rig for Sunday if you can accommodate me.
Well, I expect you don't talk to the man in charge of hiring us. Who is late as usual?
Greg, what are you doing here? Why didn't you let me know you was coming?
I didn't know I was myself. Besides, who would have guessed you'd ended up in a tank town like this? You were a pretty big slicker when you're in the business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you were. Besides, I got me a nice, comfortable girl. Ethel Toppelmeyer, boss's niece.
You've gone legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
What's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business. I heard you with them steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Someone actually invented one.
No!
Now give me the lowdown here, Mars.
I'll never get anywhere in the band business with these stubborn Irons, Greg. Besides, we got a stuck-up music teacher who'll expose you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's a librarian. Female.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. If she passes by to me, point her out.
I will. How are you going to start the pitch?
Same old way. Keep that music teacher off balance. And then my next step will be to get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. You remember? Now what's new around here? What can I use?
Well, nothing. Except the billiard parlor's just put in a new pool table.
You've never had pool here before?
Only billiards.
That'll do. Either you're closing your eyes to a situation you don't wish to acknowledge, or you're not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friends. Right here to say trouble, right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud to say I'm always mighty proud to say. Why consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden? Help me cultivate a horse sense, and a cool head, and a keen eye. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets on the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum. With a capital B, not rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're looking around that hall? They'll be trying out people, trying out cubits, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette fiends, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breath with sense, and one fine night, they leave the pool hall, heading for the dance out the armory, liberty men, scarlet women, and ragtime. Shameless Mrs. That'll drag your son, your daughter, into the arms with a jungle animal instinct mass hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground. Trouble! Right here in River City. With a capital T, not rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. We've surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school. Mothers in River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The moment your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Are certain words creeping into his conversations? Words like swell, and so's your old man. If so, my friends, you got trouble right here in River City. With a capital T, not rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. We've really got trouble right here in River City. With a T, gotta rhyme with a P, and that stands for pool. Excuse me, did you drop your...
No.
Hey, didn't I beat you in?
No.
I'll only be in town a short while.
Good.
Hello, Mama.
Hello, dear.
Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town.
Oh, who?
I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. All right, Amaryllis, now your exercises. Soldier, rating me a little slower. Please keep the fingers curved as nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind me saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Well, excuse me for living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should you take advice from you? Even if you can't quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all the mother highfalutin Greeks.
Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
I haven't changed the subject, I was talking about that stranger.
What stranger?
With the suitcase who may be your very last chance.
Mama, do you think that I'd allow a common masher? Now, really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
I know all about your standards if you don't mind me saying so. There's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that blend of Paul Bunyan, Patton, or Webster. If the cook did for herself, I your rash imagination, I have stubbornness in your library full of books.
Well, if that isn't the best I've ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I?
May I have a drink, please?
Yes, dear.
Is that a way to walk into the house? Hello. That won't do at all. I'll have a kiss from my boy. That lady over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where are your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you come? I would especially like it very much if you came. Winthrop?
Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you her party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We know all about the lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop,
I'll bet he won't say it.
No, thank you, Amaryllis.
Amaryllis! Amaryllis! Why does he get so mad at people? Just because he lisps?
It's not just because he lisps, Amaryllis. That's just part of it.
Then what's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks very much.
Not even to you? Or your mother?
No, we all have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me. But I do to him. Every night, I wish him good night on the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Sleep tight.
There, darling, you've lots of time. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
Never! I'll end up an old maid like you.
For the time being, just say goodnight, my someone. You can put the right name in when the right someone comes along.
I guess it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
Good night, my love. Sleep tight. I'm sure we are all grateful to my wife, Eulalie McKechnishin, for leading the singing. As Mayor of River City, I welcome you, River Citians, to the 4th of July exercises set up here in Madison Gymnasium. Account the weather. 4 The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. The members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagreement about the costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Waten Negroes of the local wigwam of Hiawatha will present a spectacle in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnishin, will take a leading part. Mrs. Shin will recover. The Payne's fireworks spectacle, last day of Pompeii, will take place at 9:30, providing the rain stops.
How can it be raining? Didn't the Gazette print fair? Sure did, Hubert, and that's how real prepared for a storm.
The Gazette is accurate most of the time, and you know it, JC.
You wouldn't last very long in the banking business being accurate most of the time.
Will you members of the school board quit bickering in public?
All in the world that I said was.
Never mind.
We heard there's a pool table in town.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Now just a minute.
Is it a pool table or isn't it?
Will you let me get on with the exercises?
We don't want any more exercises until we get this pool table matter settled.
Let's protect our children.
Yeah!
Resist sin and corruption.
Yeah!
Smite that devil and keep our young boys pure.
Yeah!
May I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with this trouble, friends, with my hand, this very hand. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize a River City Boys Band. Oh, think my friends talking at a pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone. Rada, rada-da-da-da, rada. Remember, my friends, what a handful of chuckle players did to the famous fabled walls of Jericho. Oh, billiard parlor walls come tumbling down. Oh, Bill, do my friends, oh yes, I mean a boys band, do you hear me? I said River City's gotta have a boys band, and I mean she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand, and River City's gonna have a boys band. As sure as the Lord made little green apples, and that band's gonna be in uniform. Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Fred, and you'll see the shimmer of crashing cymbals, and the glitter of trumpets. Tan-ta-da! And you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on this very same historic day. "76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom, timpani, and horse platoons, thundering, thundering all on the way. Double-belled euphoniums and big bassoons, each bassoon having his big fat say. There were 50 mounted cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who improvise a fuller octave higher than the score.